Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing a little video here that just goes over all of the rules and restrictions and information about my chunk account. I've never made one of these in the past, although I really should have made one before I even started the series, and I apologize that it has taken me almost 12 episodes to create one. Enjoy! The Barcrawl Chunkman, an informative understanding. I'm going to answer some hypothetical questions that you may have. Firstly, what is your account's restriction? Moose's Bar is a chunk-locked account. Similar to an area-restricted account, I only allow myself areas in the game referred to as chunks, which are normally easily understandable by the boundaries of entering a new one by when you unlock a new music track. With the help of a RuneLite plugin called Region Locker and Source Chunk's amazing Chunk Picker website, this game mode is able to exist without difficult map knowledge, function effortlessly and easily while playing. It gives you goals and tasks to complete inside of each chunk, and most importantly, it shines light on content that has long been forgotten and overshadowed by the new or better content that we have coming out today. What does Barcrawl Chunkman mean? To answer that question, I need to explain that most people start this game mode inside of Lumbridge. As soon as you leave from Tutorial Island, you would be spawning in Lumbridge, and have to bridge off of there by completing tasks to finish the chunk you're in and unlock new ones. I still have to complete tasks to finish chunks and unlock new ones, but I didn't start in Lumbridge. In fact, I didn't start at any spawn location. My account started in the Barbarian Outpost chunk, but rather than make a series that was later made by the very lovely B.A. Chunkman, I chose to collect the Alfred Grimhand's Barcrawl card and use it as a source of inspiration. I had my account booted out of the Barbarian Outpost with one goal: come back with a completed Barcrawl card and complete every task in the chunks that are on the Barcrawl card for its bars. And that is what I have been doing for over 2 years now. Each bar that is on the card has its own unique location in the map. Not a single one shares the same chunk, and it gives me a total of 10 specific bars to complete, before returning to my first chunk, which is now also my 11th, because technically it was chunk 0, not chunk 1. The 10 specific bar chunks are as follows: Varrock, Falador, Ardoin, Yanil, Sears Village, Brimhaven, Musa Point, Gnome Stronghold, Port Sarim, and the Lumberyard. For an idea of what each of those bars chunks entailed, I highly recommend that you watch the series recap that I did that covers up until episode 11. I put it out recently, and I recommend it a lot more than the original series. The recap took me a few months of work and really covers everything there is to discuss about the history of the account so far. The original, however, is very poorly edited, both in audio and visual terms. It gets better, but I must warn you, I learned everything I do, both audio and editing wise, myself, and this series shows it well. Back to my account rules. I want to go over my restrictions and the drop rates that I have set for items that would either constitute a grind or a task. There will be no re-entry into chunks without a means to do so organically, i.e. teleports, jewelry, etc. Chunks are unlocked in this order. Barcrawl chunks come first, unlockable chunks that contain a bar second, and then any adjacent/teleportable chunks come third. Items or NPCs outside of my chunk. The rule of thumb, if I can reach them without leaving the chunk, it's totally fine. This includes things like telegrab for items or dark lore on my main to pull them in for my iron. This might also be done with dragon spears. This is totally fine as long as my chunk account does not leave its chunk. This I forgot to mention in the recap, but caves and or vertical caves are totally free game. For example, the giant mole tunnels and the rock rooftop both go outside of the chunk. I'm not going to make it so I can't go in those areas. They just count as both caves and vertical caves, which for chunk accounts is totally okay. And if you want to fight me on that, I highly recommend that you watch Verf's Extreme Chunk account where he has the entirety of Underneath of Karend. If you want to tell him to take back his draconic visage, go right ahead. And finally, the most important rule, Mistakes can happen with this type of restricted account. I will not be resetting the account if I accidentally get a music track I wasn't supposed to, or click and teleport somewhere I wasn't supposed to. This is for fun. This is a fun account. It is me sharing myself having a good time. This is not work. This is not a job. I'm just sharing with everybody what I do in my personal and my free time and enjoy doing. If it's not your style, if my content isn't what you want, that's totally chill. That's totally cool. I am not asking that you force yourself to watch it. I'm just sharing for people who want to watch it. And to those people, I say thank you. To those people who have been here from the start, I say an extra special thank you, because your comments and your views, they've inspired me to keep this going and to keep playing on that account. Yes, I do it anyway, even if not a single person would tune in, but knowing that other people have enjoyed the time and effort that I've put into this means a lot. Before I cover drop rates, there's a few people that I want to give a shout out to who have really kept this going for me. Firstly, the person who inspired this account, Slay Brother. There's been many chunk accounts, but Slay Brother is who inspired me. Godspeed on your Wall Beyond account. I believe in you, brother. Secondly, is a triple thank you to the 3 people who have kept me going in-game. Sarah Dahman, Monkey, and UIM Chunker. I don't see you log in as much these days, but I hope you're doing well. Thank you for sticking by me and being interested in my grinds. And thank you long ago for the help with bonds at the start of this account to keep it going. Next, I would like to thank fellow content creators like B.A. Chunkman, LSD Broski, Bowsrs, BuzzRS, for your input to help me, a tiny creator, for the raids you gave me after streaming, for the knowledge you shared with me when I asked. Thank you. I'd like to thank a few people from my real life as well. Thank you to Matt, thank you to John, thank you to Bean, thank you to Malcolm, thank you to Tayden, and most importantly, thank you to Norma. Also, thank you to Hayden. I know you watch occasionally. I appreciate you all. Your views mean a lot. Now, for anybody who has stuck around or just ended up skipping through those thank yous, let's get back to the account information. Item drop rates. Drop rates for grinds start at a 1 out of 100 rate for all items constituting a grind, according to the RuneScape wiki drop rates. Unique and collection log items and or pets start at a rate of 1 in 1,000 for items and 1 out of 4,000 for pets, with a few minor exceptions depending on the pets, for instance, Skodos. Long-term goals. The only long-term goals for this account are to complete the Barcrawl card and complete every task inside the chunks on the Barcrawl card. Then, we will complete the Barbarian Assault minigames and eventually complete the Barbarian training. One of the factors for completing Barbarian Assault will be getting the Penis Queen pet, if you're curious about what those grinds look like. However, that is for the future to show, and I do not want to spoil anything from the series unless you have already watched it. And I'm sure this is all well and good, but if there's any more questions people have, and I'm sure people have more questions, please comment below and I'll be sure to answer them. You can also reach me by joining my Discord in the description below and asking me directly. I hope to see some new faces in the Discord. It's currently just me sadly sitting in there alone. To be fair, I haven't posted anything in it, but there's nobody in there to post anything for. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to answer some questions. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, which shouldn't be too long, Atamo out. Remember, I love you, I hope you take care of yourselves, and most importantly, drink some water.